right, welcome back everyone out in YouTube land. This time I'm going to try a little bit something different. I'm going to be attempting to draw and sketch at the same time. And working as a caricature artist at Walt Disney World for about 18 years or so, if it's taught me anything, it's taught me how to talk and draw at the same time. And if anything, I have a tendency, I've noticed, to say a lot when I talk, trying to think of what the right word to say, or trying to be overly careful of what I say, since this is going out publicly on YouTube. But I am using Steven Silver's app still for picking out characters and things to draw. These are quite random. The character design shuffle app will give you some pretty random ones, depending on which ones you select. And it just so happens, I don't know if you can tell what I'm drawing from the pencil sketch, but it's pretty random. I don't always follow my pencil marks. Sometimes I just kind of make adjustments along the way, depending on what I feel is a better line or a better way to go. That's the great thing about doing pencil sketches, is that you don't ever feel like you have to stick with what you have penciled. When we're doing caricatures at the stands, we use marker primarily. If we do a pencil sketch, it's, just to kind of map out a general idea of where we're going to put the head and the body and different things like that. I started drawing caricatures when I was about 13 years old. I did it for a school fundraiser for my class, and that was kind of my first caricature gig, my first venture into doing live caricatures, and it was something. It was a lot more laborious than I had planned. I thought it was just going to be kind of, I would get maybe a handful of people all night. But it actually turned out to be much more popular than what I thought, and I was really cranking them out all night long. And back then I didn't know what materials to use. I didn't know anybody who did it professionally, so I just got some cheap paper, probably from Walmart or something like that, and just used it. I think I had colored pencils to color. If somebody wanted color, I had colored pencils. It took forever to do, especially if they wanted color, because I just wasn't used to doing it quickly. I was used to taking my time at home. It wasn't until I started working at Disney that I learned how to, I was actually trained how to draw them quickly and efficiently, and learned little shortcuts along the way. Most cartoon characters have 4 fingers, I've noticed, especially if they're in a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. So I'm just going to give this rhinoceros here 4 fingers too. And if you haven't guessed already, this rhinoceros is indeed water skiing, or at least that's what the prompt was on the app, was to draw a rhinoceros water skiing. So I'm going to do my version of that. I'm going to give this female rhinoceros a little bathing suit here. Maybe put some hearts on it just for fun. Again, I'm using a Zebra brush tip pen. I love these pens. I need to order some more. I'm running out. But they are great. I did have some experience in using Crow Quill pens. Was not a big fan. Just could not get the hang of using them. Especially when I use illustration board or some kind of thicker paper, it would wind up, I don't know, I guess I pressed too hard, but I would wind up eating into the paper. And when I did that, it would clog up the nib. And so once you clog up the nib, obviously you can't get any ink into the nib. So it was not my thing. I really respect a lot of people who use those kind of traditional inking materials still, because I just couldn't seem to get the hang of it. Now see, I made a mistake here by not really thinking about the motion of the water skiing. If I was to draw it the right way, I would have had the character tilted a little bit further back as she's going forward rather than tilting this way. But anyway, that's the beauty of drawing live and on the spot, is that you don't really have a whole lot of time to make changes and adjustments. That's one of the things that I really like about digital artwork. And I know a lot of people really don't like digital because of the proliferance of AI artwork. They think it's the same thing. It's not hand-drawn, that you just push a button and it appears automatically, and that's just not the case. You draw with a stylus, just as you would with a pen or a pencil, and the same lines that you would draw on a piece of paper like I'm drawing now would look the same on a tablet. Depending on what kind of brush you're using, it'll look exactly the same. And the benefit of that is I could easily select this drawing and turn it exactly the way I wanted it. You know, make any adjustments I want. A lot of times when I'm doing private commissions, I'll, have a client say, well, I don't like this, or I don't like that, or can you change this? And I will say, absolutely, I can. And I'll go ahead and do that. If I was working traditionally, I would have to do it just like the old days and, put up a bunch of white out on the page and hope that it dries flat enough to be able to paint over it. I know a lot of people use mixed media to do that. They'll use acrylic over their watercolor or whatever to kind of make it more opaque to cover over any lines that they want changed, but it's just so much easier, and then you can just, instead of mailing it out in the mail and hoping that it doesn't get lost or doesn't get damaged, they can just have it sent straight to their email, and they can print it out on canvas paper, they can print it out on, glossy paper, matte paper. Just the possibilities are endless. And again, the drawing, the artwork, the color, it all looks fantastic. So I'm a big proponent of digital artwork, provided that it's hand-drawn, again. So there is my sketch of a hippo water skiing. I'll go ahead and sign it as I normally do. And thank you for watching again.